Hey folks, here with another quick tip video. This is something that comes up quite frequently about plugins, the 64, 32-bit thing, how to find and load your plugin. So let's just, I'm going to make a quick demonstration. This is Turl N6. It's a good free one. I'm just going to use this as an example. It says download it from here. We're going to scroll down, download Windows version. And then we're going to show in folder because we want to extract the whole package. And this one happens to have an installer, which is very convenient. Where is it? Okay, Turl N6. Extract all. Now, you'll see when you run the installer, it's going to actually give you the option of installing both 64-bit and 32. Now, a very important thing to note here is, and perhaps the most crucial, is to specify the plugin installation path, because this will make it a lot easier for you going down the line. You should, where it says 32-bit VST2 plugins directory, you browse, go into program files x86. The 86 is where your 32-bit goes, and the Steinberg VST plugins is where Band in a Box, Realband looks to locate your plugins if you do the regular installation. So if I go to my browser file, you can see I've got a different plugin folder just for plugins. But it's not under Steinberg. So I always make sure to put it into Steinberg, and then like in Reaper, I just use it as, I just set all these folders as extra paths. You could use multiple paths. And, but for Band in a Box, for simplicity's sake, I do it like this. Now, once you go into Band in a Box and you want to load your plugins, you go over here, right? Now, it's not going to show up immediately. I happen to have already installed this. I'm just reinstalling it for demonstrations purposes. But if I was installing it for the first time, it would not show up here. What I would do is I would go add VST plugins. This is my VST plugin. Let's look at the path over here. Steinberg, right? This is my path. And then I'd press on it, and it would load it. And then it would be available from here. I don't need to redo it again. Now, I've got this over here. I just press play, and you can see here that this is routing or being applied to the base. I don't know if whatever patch that is this boots up with is any good for base, but then you could just use the browser. In fact, I'll demonstrate it quickly with Helm, which, a moment, let's solo this. Let's initialize patch. All right, we're gonna stop that for now, but let's say I'm gonna go to Helm. Great free plugin. It's got a beautiful, simple layout. Let's go to there's a preset browser. Go over here, and here you can actually pick what you want. So you go to bass, I like the sub sign. You wouldn't be able to hear it without headphones probably, because it is a very, very low. You hear? Now, one thing that I'd like to note also is that you're going to have totally different, when you're using, let's say, guitar styles. Let's load this, or just in general, any audio, you're going to get a different set of options when you pull down the plugin list. And the reason is because the audio simply uses different types of plugins. These are like, okay, Guitar Rig 5, let's say, has effects that work specifically on audio as opposed to MIDI. So just play this through for a moment, and then we will start adding effects. I have a very simple, it's select elements or something that anyway, so there you have it. Your plugins, your audio, and your MIDI. I'm hoping I will have time to do some tutorial about, like, once, using MIDI, using arpeggiators, using step sequencers, getting really trippy or modern type sounds out of the kind of cheesy sounding, demos that you start up. They're not very impressive, but that's because the instruments are very, very basic, but all the information, all the data is there to make some really cool stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And later, folks.